I definitely want to talk about the employee side of things, right? I mean, we spend
Yes.
a good chunk of our lives working. That's, for most of us anyway. We spend a lot of time at work, and that is our source of income, our source of monetary wealth, as it were. So, what are some things we can maybe touch on for employees today to help them to maybe identify a better opening for themselves, or even in the existing company they're at, to maybe start to make it a better fit?
Yeah. So in the interview process, it's really important to be able to evaluate a company, right? Because in the past 20 something years, I've interviewed over 10,000 people. I've placed thousands in the doing both executive search and overall placement.
Right, right.
And so patterns show up, right? And there are questions that you can ask specifically to understand whether or not a company is going to be a great fit. The first thing is to see how they treat each other during the interview process, especially when you have a panel interview. And I used to love this when I go to visit companies just to see how they would treat me. They had no idea who I was coming in the door.
Right.
Are they treating me with like, hey, like, can I help you? Like, what is their overall attitude? People walking through the lobby and talking to each other. How do they treat each other?
Right.
Are people in your interview talking over each other? Are they arguing with each other even in front of you, right? A lot of people put this aside just to get a job.
Right.
Right. And to not, I mean, yes, sometimes we do have to get a job. There's no doubt. If you have a couple of opportunities and you have a couple of choices, then you can also understand which one's going to be better for you. So the first one is, how do people treat each other? Are they treating each other with respect? Are they treating each other that it's just very transactional, right? What is the feeling you get from it? Look at it from a number of different companies and decide what kind of company you want to work in. That's one of the most important ones.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's huge. And I think too is, I'm sure we'll get into a couple more points that you have, but I think this is great because it gives people almost like an anchor to get outside of the nervousness of being in an interview and give them something to look for, right? Like, I'm going to come into a situation, shake some hands, answer some questions, but at the same time, let's, in the back of my mind, thinking, okay, how are they treating each other? Are they being kind? Are they conversational? What's that, as the kids would say, what's the vibe like, right? So I think that's
very much so.
a great place to focus.